Ove, como va? This is Littleton Hockey. Here we are, back again tonight in San Antonio, Texas, at the Northwoods Golf and Ice Center, where our 14U Be Black Hawks will take on San Antonio Excalibur, the local team, tonight. Hawks had an early morning game with the Central Austin Mallards. Mallards coming away with a victory. Hawks playing rough, playing tough, but got beat on some fundamentals of controlling the puck, passing, catching, shooting. Coming out on the ice for the Hawks, the captain, number 5, Benny Stanton. He'll be out with number 11, Eli Gates. Number 8, Cam Alexander. Back on the blue line, number 21, Max Fox. Number 20, Rylan Ray. "13 minutes on the first period clock. And let's play hockey." The puck is down. Excalibur takes the first face-off. They cycle it back with picked up by our left defenseman, Rylan Ray. Gets picked off again. Excalibur keeps it in. Shot towards net on the right point. Blocked by Littleton. Littleton looking to clear. Side pass. Does not make it to the blue line. Benny Stanton brings it back behind the goal. Behind the goal, he feeds it up to Cam. Doesn't clear the zone, and Excalibur puts another shot on net. Sticked away by number 35, Corbin Pacheco. Littleton's still having trouble clearing the zone. Finally do. Outlet pass over to the far boards out of the neutral zone. Excalibur picks it up. They come behind the net. Excalibur clears the zone, but picked up by Rylan Ray. Rylan puts it up to the blue line where Alexander was waiting for it. Kind of misfires on a shot, but puts it on net. So they were first stoppage of play. 11:54 here in the first period with no score. We play now. The Mallards play El Paso after this game to find out when we play tomorrow. After the face-off, puck comes behind the goal. Now a shot from the face-off circle. Nice snapper there by I think Rocco did. And a save and a whistle at 11:40 go. First period 0-0. Gerard. Hawks trying to pick up the face-off, but picked up by Excalibur. Excalibur sends it down, and icing will be called. We'll come back here to the very same spot. Try it again. 11:33 first period. Gerard, Eimer, Collier on the front line, out with Charlie Fisher and Nolan Campbell. Excalibur pops it back and picks up the face-off. Hawks pick it up. Gerard, gets a turnover off the half boards. Now the puck goes down just off the goal line. Another shot off the crossbar from Rocco Eimer. Excalibur clears the zone, coming through the neutral zone, but a back check by Gerard. Gerard pops it into their offensive end. Line change for the Hawks. Excalibur coming up. Forsberg is the kid's name. He brings it down. Loses his skates on the shot. Here comes Littleton the other way. Coming up the near boards. Excalibur picks it up on the blue line and into the neutral zone they go. Back to their offensive end. Rocco and Nolan Campbell converge onto the puck. Campbell gets to it, brings it to the far corner. Hawks try to pick it off and clear the zone. Excalibur picks it up into the neutral zone. They try to reset. Puck goes far across the ice, and now in our offensive end. Hawks reset. Bouncing puck picked up by Aiden Brown. He chips it down, and the puck is now behind the net on Excalibur's stick. They take it corner to corner, now back to the far corner. Excalibur skates across with the puck, comes down to the circle. Shot, and a hesitant save by number 35, Corbin Pacheco. That's a whistle at 9:52 here in the first period. It's 0-0. High 70s the temps today in San Antonio. They thought it was cold yesterday at 50. Sunny, warm. A lot of activity downtown. They have Christmas events going on. Face-off comes back for the Hawks. That's Rylan Ray. He passes it forward to Shanahan. Shanahan works it down to the boards. Excalibur picks it up, and they're coming the other way. Hawks looking to reset defensively. Odd man for Excalibur. Shot was blocked and whacked away by the Hawks defenseman. And now we'll have icing against the Hawks, 9:19. First period, 0-0. Price of gas around San Antonio between $2.30, $2.35 an average range. In case you wondered. I suppose you didn't. Hawks chipped the face-off towards our net, but cleared away to the far half boards. Excalibur pops it back down to the inboards and picked up by Littleton. Benny feeds it forward just out of the, just gets blocked by the pass. It's a good idea by Excalibur. Eli Gates from the blue line puts one right in the brisket of the Excalibur goalie. Campbell takes it sideways. Shot bounces just off a defenseman and back to the boards. Puck bounces to the far face-off dot. Now Excalibur picks it up and the puck makes the zone. Hawks swarming to the puck pretty well. And a backdoor pickoff by Stanton. He gets picked off the puck with a check. Excalibur being harassed by Alexander. Puck down to the near face-off dot. Stanton centers it, picked off by Excalibur. Stanton brings it around top zone. They got an injured player down, and a whistle on Excalibur has a shaken participant, so we'll get a whistle at 7:58 here in the first period. It's 0-0. That pile of snow in front of the crease. Excalibur takes another face-off, and they bring it far to near corner, now up the boards. Crawford, he's in first. Hawks keep it in front of the blue line. Now they're taking it down. Mason Gerard trying to get a shot off, but held up by an Excalibur defenseman. And Excalibur trying to clear. They do make the neutral zone. Hawks swarming to the puck. Excalibur chips it down to the far corner. Now behind in our defensive zone. Big push, big shove, and a whistle. Looks like we'll get a roughing call on all those shenanigans down on the end. And Excalibur will welcome another man on the naughty list, number 99 for roughing. So here we are. First power play of the game goes to the Hawks at 7:13, first period. Alexander, he pops it back to Fox. Fox tries to line something up. He just dumps it down behind the net, picked up by the Hawks. We swing and miss it. Way too many. Alexander, he shoots. Loose puck, pushed out of the crease. We are handling the puck with great mystery to this tournament. Fox down in the far corner. Now he's coming up ice. He makes a move to the near side. He gets slammed well into the... That's going to shake up Mr. Fox for a minute. And now we'll have a whistle as Max took a clean but rough shoulder check into the boards. Father Fox comes out to the ice to check on young Fox. .631 here in the first period. Still 48 seconds in the power play. Good to have you on tonight. Hope you had a good Saturday. Max still down trying to catch his breath, it looks like. He's breathing hard, possibly as the wind knocked out. And how about the Avalanche? Hey, they won an overtime game, finally. McKinnon with 2 goals. He puts one in overtime to seal the deal against those New York Rangers. Now Max is getting helped up off the ice, heading over to the bench. The left leg, something in that lower extremity, took a lot of that force into the boards here on your side. Hopefully he can shake that off quickly, as great contributor defensively and a great offensive defenseman. When we get back to action, we'll have a face-off in the Excalibur offensive zone, as that's where the puck was going when they finally whistled for stoppage of play because of injury. So we are up 5-on-4 skaters. Alexander takes his face off, and now the Hawks are trying to control it behind the net. Excalibur pops it out to their left defensive point, and they shove it across the ice. Then afterwards, Hawks trying to clear, as if spending way too much time in our defensive end on a power play. Puck picked up by Alexander on the far boards. Now through the neutral zone, the puck is picked up by Excalibur. They bring it behind with 15 seconds to go in the power play. 5:55 here in the first period. Excalibur brings it up the middle. Now to the neutral zone, picked up by Ray. Ray over to Gerard. Gerard to Sawyer. Sawyer sends it down and picked up by an Excalibur defenseman. Now they trade off, and Excalibur lumbers up the ice, crosses the blue line into their offensive end. 5:25 here to go in the first period with 0-0 on the board. Line change coming through for the Hawks. Sawyer, he comes across, creates a turnover to Benny. Benny just misfires trying to dump it down. Benny goes back to the bench. Excalibur coming in. Gable off the bench, gets a turnover in the neutral zone. Now Excalibur comes in, and they come through the neutral zone and cross into their offensive end. Hawks were back well on defense. Shot. From the high right point, just above the face-off circle towards the mid-boards. And a savvy save by number 35, Corbin Pacheco. 4:47, 0-0 first period. Lucas Stewart hops it over, just off the reach of Gable. Excalibur fires from the blue line and blocked down low. Another backhand shot and saved by the Hawks. Excalibur wanted a little extra, and Littleton gave a little extra back. So that's right. Let them know whose crease it is, folks. Don't mind the attitude. Excalibur takes the face-off back to the blue line. Shot gets blocked, but stays in the zone for Excalibur. They shoot it again from the right point. Corbin saves it, feeds it off to Nolan Campbell. We're fighting to keep it. That's a lousy offside call. That broke our momentum and a breakout. Excalibur got a break there with an offside deflection where we popped it back in the neutral zone and started to skate with it. Alexander picks up the face-off. He's coming down to the right wing. He shoots! And saved at 4:13. Nice job by Cam picking up that face-off and bringing it down just inside the far face-off circle. You take a shot. Another centering pass. Puck's down low. Now, Excalibur has bringing a little mouth with them tonight, I see. I guess they get cranky when they miss their nap. I don't know. There's a shot on goal. Shot down from the far right point. More of a centering attempt than anything, just to get the puck down in our neck of the crease. Icing will be called on Excalibur. We'll bring it back down. And a face-off here on the near dot. 3:52 here. First period, 0-0. Not yet. Gerard with Collier and Eimer. Hawks take the face-off. That gets poked away off a Rocco's stick, but he chases it down with big hustle and picked up by Gerard in the neutral zone. Now, Cash tries to take it. Look, there's the camera. Sorry. Hawks pick off a clearing attempt in the neutral zone. Puck's bouncing down. Pressure brought by Eimer. Hawks keep it in. Fired across ice by Rocco. Now picked up by Excalibur trying to go the other way. Sawyer Crawford, he's on it. And he throws a back pass to Rocco. Rocco forwards it to Gerard. Picked off by Excalibur. But once again, Sawyer Crawford puts a stick in the way and keeps Excalibur from setting up the offense. But Hawks take the puck deep into their defensive zone. Excalibur trying to set up. Picked off by Aiden Brown. Aiden Brown has it. Now it gets swatted down to the net. And a cover save by Corbin Pacheco at 2:46. First period, 0-0. Lucas Stewart, Gable Colton, Aaron Shanahan forwarding. Rylan Ray tries to clear the corner from behind the net. Now the puck comes up. Just trying to clear another crisp shot by Excalibur down low. Blocked by the stick of Pacheco. Now the puck's down in the far corner. Hawks chip it up into the neutral zone and try to get something going. Excalibur closes. Gable has it on the blue line. Gable bringing it over to the left wing. He puts one on net, just off the side of the net. Did a good job holding his weight against a larger Excalibur player. Kept his line well. Now Excalibur coming up the middle. Down low comes Excalibur. Shot deflected up and high into the far glass. Lucas tries to clear. Excalibur returns it back down to far boards. Crossing pass here to Rylan Ray. Rylan's looking for someone to pass to. He does it himself. He puts one on net. And a save by Excalibur at 1:44 to go in the first period. 0-0. Line changes for the Hawks and wholesale change for the Excalibur team from San Antonio. Gates, Alexander, and Stanton. Stanton over there on the right wing. Puck comes over to Stanton. He pops it back to Crawford. Crawford fires towards the net, gets blocked. Now Gates has it down low. He shoots, but high deflection. Centering from the Hawks, picked up by Excalibur. Excalibur coming through the neutral zone, picked up by Crawford. Crawford's trying to outlet it off the bounce pass off the boards. Swing and a miss by Excalibur. Eli Gates feeds it over across to Stanton. Stanton comes across. He tries a shot. All kinds of players on the ice here tonight. Crawford tries to put it back down, but deflected into the neutral zone off an Excalibur player. Now the puck's over on the red line. Alexander trying to bring it through, picked up by Excalibur. We chip it down. Excalibur picks it up. It's just a back and forth affair like we're playing pickleball with the red line. Crawford's picking it up behind the net. Excalibur with a line change. Crawford, number 9, he comes to the neutral zone. He gets whacked a good one, loses a stick, and that's going to be an elbowing call, I would say. Looks like they're going to call roughing. Elbow came up pretty good onto Crawford. He's no worse for it. He's up. He's, as far as I know, fine. I'd still be on the ice, but Crawford's up and in good shape. He went roughing, but I could have got an elbow on that too. He came up pretty high with it. Whatever the call is, it's another power play for the Hawks with 28 seconds to go in the first period. We're still stuck at zeros. Let's see if we can get a quickie here at the end of the period. Hawks on the power play. Alexander on the dot. Alexander pops it down to the far corner. Excalibur picks it up, wings it over, but kept it on the left point by Campbell. Campbell tries to swing it down the boards, but picked up by Excalibur. Sawyer Crawford, he's on it, and that's an icing call on Excalibur. And we'll come back down here. Minute 16 to go in the power play. 14 seconds in the period. Plenty of time to score off a face-off. Coming stick side here off the Excalibur goalie. Girard's on the center. Alexander, Stanton, Campbell, and Crawford. Over to Alexander. He centers it. Stanton's from the face-off. He went right down to the top of the crease to try to pick one off. We have 5 seconds to go. And icing will be the call with 1.3 seconds to go. So you pretty much just try to shoot it on the drop. Let's see, do we have a right or a left-handed? Get a right-handed guy on the stick. There you go. Alexander's going to take the draw. If he could pop one in here, I'm going to go nuts. That's the period. All right. Up and down, back and forth. 1:02 to go in the power play. When we resume in the second period, 0-0. I like it. Hawks break off the bench. They'll be skating left to right. Pacheco's on our left net. Alexander on the dot with Stanton and Girard. Puck goes over to the right board. Stanton tries to get it into our offensive end. It gets chipped down. Now Girard has it. He pulls up, loses the puck. Excalibur clears with 45 seconds to go in the power play. Long pass through the neutral zone. Deflected again back to the Hawks. Stanton dumps it down to the mid half court from mid ice. Things are getting physical here, and I like it. Here comes Alexander. He shoots well high over the crossbar in the far corner. Puck bounces to the crease, picked off by Excalibur. Now they clear the zone, and they dump it. And we have Hawks looking at each other like who's going to take it. It is Girard. Girard, steps on the puck and loses his footing. Ooh, shot went off of Pacheco and laid in the crease for a while, but the Hawks came down to clear that out. Now the puck being fought for in this near face-off dot in the circle. Pacheco wasn't sure if he cleared that one or not. He did. It went off his shoulder. Now the Hawks clear. Why is that icing? It bounced all over the place. Icing is the whistle at 11:36. 0-0 second period. First period stats, Hawks 7 shots, Excalibur 9. No goals for either squad. Lucas Stewart's on the dot. He's out with Shanahan, Colton, Crawford, and Brown. Face-off goes up towards the right defenseman of Excalibur. They shoot it wide of the puck, and they keep it in the zone. Now the zone is cleared. Gable's trying to hustle over. Shanahan picks it up. Hawks do everything they can to stay on side. Crossing pass just off Gable's stick. Now it's back in the neutral zone with Crawford. Crawford bounces off the boards to Lucas Stewart. Lucas, he's got a break. He's got slashed. There was some refs, that'll be an automatic call when you come down on the stick like that. Crawford, a great job keeping his position and blocking a shot from Excalibur there. Now the puck's on the near boards, off the right point. Nice job. We're skating 5-on-5 now as the power play's evaporated. Hawks trying to lay some pressure on the puck carrier, and they do. Aaron shot from behind the net and bounces deep. Here's Shanahan. He's up the right wing. He gets poke checked away. Use your skates, dang it, to catch the puck, not just leaning with your stick. Move your feet, folks. Centering pass to Excalibur in the low slot, picked off by the Hawks. Pass. We're getting really physical on the boards here. Shot gets tipped wide of the net. Scramble on the far post. Now covered by Corbin Pacheco at 9:56. Period number 2, 0-0 is the score. Gates, Alexander, and Stanton. Fisher and Campbell. Offense, defense, special teams. Excalibur picks up the faceoff after Hawks controlled it for a moment. Centering pass blocked away and chipped away by Alexander. Alexander has it. He tries to clear the zone. Excalibur keeps it in. Over off the half boards is Excalibur. They center, and we'll have a penalty on the Hawks. Alexander gets whistled for tripping. Trip call down low. First penalty kill of the day for the Hawks. Or for, not the day, but of this game. 9:37, second period. Stanton, Gates, Crawford, Campbell. Check there on Campbell, no problem. Excalibur working it down low, now trying to cross. Shot on net. And off of, and look at the celebration. We'll just say Mr. Pacheco just caught the back end of that puck. And the gallery approves. Stanton, he brings it over to his right winger. Sawyer Crawford, he dumps it down. And icing will be called at 1:08 to go in the penalty kill. 9:15 in the period. That could have been a game saver. We don't know how this thing's going to turn out. They count them all, and they didn't get to count that one. Stanton's on the faceoff. Dot. Excalibur brings it back to the right point. Shot snuffed out by the Hawks. That was a good job by Benny coming over. Excalibur trying to cycle low and then get a crossing pass. They cross it. Gloved and saved by Pacheco. Corbin is excitable, as you know. We exchange Stanton and Gates for Girard and Eimer. Still Campbell and Crawford on the ice. Excalibur again pops over the right winger. They get it back to the right point. And a power play goal, 8:55 to go in the second period for Excalibur. Shot came from the right point. I think it was partially screened, but went over glove side. A high shot into the net. Nutcrackers. It's like it was tipped in the air. You stay on a true line and got right past Corbin. So 1-0 Excalibur here with 8:50 to go in the second period. Here comes Excalibur up again. Shot off the post. Collier makes a bid to the puck. Collier comes back, sends it back over to Rylan Ray. It's in front of the crease. It was in the crease. Hawks trying to clear the zone, having a heck of a time doing it. Excalibur on the forecheck. Now it's out of the zone, but on an Excalibur stick at mid-ice. Here they come up the near side on the left wing. Forsberg centers. Good job by Rylan Ray to feed it Mason Girard. Mason Girard takes a shot, but he gets blocked. Hawks try to center off the far half boards, picked up by Excalibur. Excalibur's coming up the ice. Rylan Ray giving pressure push him out wide. Centering, tipped by Rocco. So Excalibur doesn't get a clean look. Shot down towards the net, picked up by Nolan Campbell. We got a penalty coming up, I think, on Excalibur. There's a couple of players got twisted up on each other on the board. Number 92, Diaz. Called for roughing. So we're just exchanging power plays. Hawks are down 1-0 here, just about midway through the 7:33 to go in the second period. About midway through the game. Puck gets dumped to the far or the near corner. Now Excalibur's bringing it around, trying to clear the zone out of their defensive end. They do make the neutral zone. Here comes Alexander. He's coming up the right wing, trying to muscle his stick through there and powers his way into the boards, actually. Centering pass. Will not be icing, went off a stick. Rylan Ray comes back to pick it up. Ray coming up the near side, now crosses the center. Gerard, it looked like, was a little bit offside here. 6:46, 43 to go in the power play. Then he stands on the dot with Gerard, but off the face-off comes a shot from the red line. And Excalibur turns it over to the Hawks off that shot. Now comes back. Who gets offside? We got to watch the clock better. Hawks again are called for offside. It'll be a neutral zone drop. Near the Hawks bench. 6:30 to go, 27 in the power play. Second period. Now we have Rocco on the dot. Eli Gates comes up with the face-off, but off his stick and on to Excalibur coming up the far boards with speed. Rocco goes for a check and gets a face full of board. Rocco's on his feet. Now he's back in action. Crawford trying to clear the zone and puck over the blue line, as well was a skater for Excalibur. That means offsides at 6:06. 3 seconds on the power play. Face-off will come right smack dab middle in the ice. Rocco, Eli, and Mason. Power play is over. 5-on-5. Fisher picks it up. Crosses over to Gates. Again, we got to catch the damn puck. We need to spend about 3 hours on that. Miscues like fundamentally not catching puck has cost quite a bit. First shot on net this period for the Hawks. Lucas Stewart. He sends it over to his right winger, Aaron Shanahan. Aaron Shanahan bounces back to the far boards. Now it's in the near corner with little aggression to the puck. And here comes Excalibur with the charge. An Excalibur player not pleased with being offside. 5:31 here for the second period. 1-0, Hawks trailing. Stewart. Shanahan and Colton. Puck gets popped back to a right defensive point. They swing it over to the left. That's the near side. Gable chips it off the stick of Excalibur player, but now the puck makes it back into the Excalibur offensive zone. Shot and saved by Pacheco. Excalibur looking to take another shot, gets blocked and defended by the Hawks. Hawks have it in the neutral zone on the far side. They dump. Setting up in the neutral zone. Now we're clear. Here comes Crawford. He gives it back to Stanton. And we're going to have another penalty on. We have a delayed call on Excalibur. But got a. Looks like it was a tripping motion on Levi. It could be Levy. Nonetheless, 19 pleads his case. Objection overruled. And he is like a bull in a china shop over there. He just doesn't like it. He's the captain of the Excalibur team. And the penalty box host is trying to have some calm, soothing words for this young teenager. You're not supposed to coach in the penalty box. It's just a rule and etiquette. Now we have, did he get an extra? Now we got 2 in the box, but we'll still be 5-on-4 here at 4:33 to go in the second period. Hawks take it. Rylan Ray tries to work it down. He's on the dot. He centers. Shot. Loose. And the crease then covered by Excalibur. 4:23. 1:19 to go in the power play. Alexander, he centers. Puts it over to his left winger. They swing it back to the left point. Shot off the goalie. Centering pass. Now loose puck down low. Gerard trying to snuff it in. He doesn't make it. Another bouncing puck off the goalie. Hawks trying to wrap it around. Good pressure on the stick by Excalibur. Campbell, he pops it back down to the slot. Now it's over to the near half boards. Alexander tries to find it. Excalibur picks it up. And they clear. Rylan Ray has it. Takes it across ice through the neutral zone to Alexander. Alexander muscles his way down to the corner with the puck picked up by Excalibur behind the goal. Excalibur looking to clear. They're coming up the far boards. They're in the neutral zone. We're going to get a trip or a knee or something. Rylan Ray went to give a check, and I think his knee hit the other player's thigh. And so for 23 seconds, it'll be 4-on-4. He gave a he got. I think he got a 2. No, I think he got a knee. I think he got a knee call. I think he did.
They got 2 knees.
The young man is still on his knees. He's right by the door of the bench and crawls his way in. Looks like he took a knee to the inside of his quad. My guess is what it looked like. Hopefully it's only a soft tissue injury like that. But it looked like we may have a 10-2 on Rylan Ray, which we're already down a defenseman with Max Fox hasn't been. And Gerard, he'll sit for part of the 2. So they give that an unsportsmanlike on top. I call it 10-2, but it's actually 1.5, huh?
It's 11.5.
Yeah. Puck is down, picked up on the left point by Excalibur. We're playing with 3:22 to go, 4-on-4. Stanton, he dumps to the near corner. From the near corner behind, then he chases it behind the net. Someone get to the slot. Fisher, he tips it down behind the goal line. Hawks keep it in by Fisher now. Alexander gets it into the high slot, but turned over to Excalibur coming the other way with some momentum. They got some leverage on the outside. They drag it across. Corbin with a pad down, blocks the shot. Now Excalibur's on the power play for 43 seconds. Fisher picks it off in the neutral zone. He dumps it down. Dumps it down behind the net. Hawks pick it up, cycle up high to Fisher again. Hawks try to center, gets caught in the quagmire. Alexander, he puts one towards net. Again, hit gets tipped off a defenseman's stick and it goes high over the goal. On the far left point, we're 5-on-5 with Gerard back out of the box. Shot and score! Stanton, your son just tied this sucker up. It's 1-1 in the second period. Nope, it was even. He was out. 1:51 to go here in the second period. The Hawks tied this baby up. It's 1-1. Mason Gerard, he centers it, pops it over to the far boards. Excalibur sends it down with Crawford on it. Crawford back to Brown. Brown ricochets it off the board, picked up by Excalibur. They're down on the faceoff dot. Shot goes behind the net and picked up by Rocco. Let's hope that put a little charge in the Hawks' skates and sticks. Rocco centering, missed the attempt. Shot and a cover, and Corbin might have got that in a bad spot. He got slashed. The officials missed a hatchet job, it seems. Corbin's back on his skates. Once he gets it shaken off, he'll be a little upset with everyone in the world. Gerard pops it back. Right off the face-off, the puck rolls to Corbin at 1:17, skating even now, 5-5. Scores tied, shots are tied, 8-16 all. Puck, oh. Shot from just off the goal line, way down over here near the corner, and just catches the far post. And just like that, the Hawks trail again. It's 2-1 Excalibur with 1:10 to go in the second period. A lot of hockey to play. We have Lucas Stewart, Aaron Shanahan, Gable Colton. He's forwarding with Fisher and Campbell. Plenty of time to score one and tie it up before we go to the intermission. Face-off won by Excalibur, now picked up by Campbell. Excalibur picks it up, puts one on net. Pacheco gives it up to Campbell. Campbell reverses direction, now behind the net and going the other way. Brought his eyes up and a stick off the puck. Hawks just trying to clear. Shot sails well left of the net. 35 seconds to go in the period. Puck and players just kind of messing around down there. No real flow here in these last seconds of the period with the Hawks down 2-1. Backhanded shot picked up by Fisher. He tries to clear 15 to go. Let's just get this sucker out of here and just end this nonsense. 10 seconds in the period. Lucas Stewart tries to clear. Shanahan at least clears the zone. Just shoot it. We have no time left. That will not count as a shot as it came after the buzzer, but he did put it on net just across the blue line. So, take a moment here. Hawks trailing 2-1 after 2. All righty then. Ready to be in the third period is Alexander. Ready to center this with Benny and Gates. Looks like we have, is that a Max Fox sighting here? He's back ready to go. Hawks win the faceoff and break it out of the neutral zone into their offensive end. Excalibur takes it back to the neutral zone. Now picked up by Stanton. Stanton, he shots. Pad save by, shot on net by Stanton. Pad save Excalibur. They're going the other way. Excalibur picks up a rolling puck. Down low. Shot. So some kid named Forsberg, I kid you not, took a rolling puck and just snapped one up to the crossbar. Makes it 3-1 now at 12:30 to go in this final period. It's those little lapses where all of a sudden that had to become urgent to not let that shot get off. And lo, it did. And Rylan Ray remains in timeout. The official checks on him. I don't know what they say from over there. He's hosted, of course, by John Campbell. I wonder if there's a selfie yet. 12:20 and rolling here in the third period. The Hawks are down. They got some work to do. They're down 3-1. Fisher forwards it towards Rocco. Didn't make the connection, and here comes Excalibur with this Forsberg kid up the near side boards. Campbell trying to fight with it. Pass to the far post and was shot. Now a deflection up to the high slot. Shot again. Excalibur centers just off of their stick. And Gerard can't clear. Here comes the Hawks. They come through. Excalibur player tried to check Rocco, and he's limping towards his own bench. Centering just off the reach, but kept in by Fisher. 11:20 to go, third period. Hawks just about a half a bubble off on all these plays. Carpenter turn. Rocco fires from the blue line, just goes wide of the net. Now the puck is behind the goal, and here comes that Menace Forsberg kid again. Campbell. Oh, Stewart was just a skate off. He's trying to time the entry, and Campbell had to make a move to get around a defender. And so that stops us at 10:48 to go. Third period, 3-1. Local team. Back to Crawford. Crawford, he'll dump. And the puck goes to the near corner now behind to the far corner. Puck bounces and sits on the goal shelf. That's what I call it. I don't know if there's another term for it. But puck got deflected and had a soft landing there on top of the net. 10:35 to go, third period. Hawks down 3-1. Got Lucas Stewart, Shanahan, and Gables on the left. Shanahan's on the right, back Crawford and Brown. Puck popped back to our right defenseman. Brown chips it down to the near corner. Near corner now up to our point. Crawford tried to center, picked up by Excalibur. Excalibur crosses down to their offensive end now. Shot or centering attempt by Excalibur, blocked by Crawford. Now another shot from the right point. And while Corbin was covering it, a kid kind of was trying to get out of the way, but actually skated over his stick and fell, and Corbin didn't want him skating on his stick, so probably told him something about, like, please don't skate on my stick. I bet that's exactly what he said. Alexander out to center this line. Puck gets tossed down, picked up by Excalibur. They swing it from the right point to the center. They shoot. It's deflected now down into the Hawks offensive end. And that'll be Heising. Yep, Max is got back in at the end of the last period. Alexander pops it back to our defenseman. They forward it over to Benny Stanton. Benny tries to make it through this. Again, the sport. How many Forsbergs are there? Hawks chip it into our offensive end, picked up by the defenseman of Excalibur. How about a sense of urgency, boys? You're down 2 goals. Make it matter. Hawks enter the zone, but Excalibur keeps it in. Keep it. Now go. Cam brings it here to the near side. Just getting whacked to death by Forsberg again. I don't think number 56 leaves the ice. Shot by Stanton gets deflected off the mark. Centering by Eli Gates, picked off by Fisher. He takes one down towards the net, picked off by number 56. Fox, he centers, picked up by Excalibur, picked up on the blue line. Forsberg will get called for playing the puck with a high stick. No time in the box, but an advantage of puck position where we'll take the puck down and as a high stick call, playing the puck with a high stick. So that'll put an offensive zone for Excalibur, an offensive Phase off. Gerard. He sends it back to Campbell. Campbell tries to clear, but picked off by Excalibur. Now kicking and pushing for the puck comes Campbell. Campbell forwards it into the neutral zone, but picked off, and a quick entry and a whistle for offside on Excalibur. Here we're stopping at 8:25 to go in the final period. 3-1 Excalibur. Stanton with our only goal tonight so far. Now Excalibur, again, wins the faceoff. Rocco looking to create a turnover, and does. And now we got to hustle first to the puck. Instead of looking where the other player is, just go get the doggone puck. Just assume you have to go faster than you are and go to it. How about that? Let's play that way. Puck gets chipped down into the slot, and we'll get called for a big icing whistle. That stops us at 8:11 at 9:41 Central Time. No, Ryland's still in the box. Give the kid a break. He's sorry already. Sorry. Off the face-off. Excalibur shoots, gets deflected off the net, and Benny forwards it over to Cam. Cam makes his way almost to the blue line, but picked off by Excalibur. Fox now tracks it down. He goes behind the net, up the boards to Stanton. Stanton tries to control it. Now we do clear the zone up on Fox. Fox takes it himself. Now get down to there. Deflection off the shot. Didn't have a good second attempt there, as the puck was bouncing and had no solid contact. So we do this again. Fox brings the puck up, deflected back. Now we try to clear the zone with a pass. They do. Here comes Cam Alexander, number 8. He shoots one to the net and gloves solidly at 7:05 to go here in their third period. Quality shot. Loads and goes. Gerard, Stewart, Eimer, and Fisher. Hawks push the puck in the neutral zone, picked up by Excalibur, who pushes it to the near side. Crossing past to Rocco at mid-ice. He comes up to the right wing. He comes around. He puts one on net, off the goal. Rocco shot one off the pads. Gerard came down for the deflection on the left wing, and it just goes behind the net. Hawks keep it in. Fisher dumps. Get to it first, boys. Rocco brings it to the near side on a pass. Stewart to Fisher, back to Stewart. Forsberg works his way through all the Hawks, comes down, slides behind the net. And leaves the puck actually underneath the pads of number 35, Corbin Pacheco. I think he actually lost control of the puck as he was trying to bring it around behind the net. And it went underneath Corbin. And that'll go as a shot and a save. Alexander brings it down off the face-off. And here comes Max Fox. Max Fox crosses into the neutral zone, swarmed by Excalibur players. Littleton comes late to the rescue. Alexander now smacks it backwards into our offensive end. Excalibur picks it up. They make it to the neutral zone. Eli Gates giving a hustle, but Excalibur got leverage. Shot. Rylan Ray back on the ice. Pardon finally came in from the governor, let him out. Hawks look like they've lost a little steam in their skates as Excalibur starting to get a little leverage on the outside coming up the boards. Excalibur keeps it in on the left point, and we're going to get a boarding call on Aiden Brown. He squished the kid right into the glass like a bug on the windshield, and he's hurting. No, it was that. Let's see, there's Aiden. Says go to the box. Aiden enters the box without protest. They're discussing if there's going to get any extra time on this. .454 to go in the third period. Hawks are down 3-1 and will be on the penalty kill. Trying to see if they gave him a double. So, okay, that'll be all. Let's see. Excalibur takes the face off, but Littleton sends it down deep into, I'm looking something up. Excalibur picks up behind the goal line. They're coming up. And a one-timer on net. A big slapper from the red line. And now Excalibur just returns the favor and boards one of our players. And that's hitting from behind on Brown, and now from number 9. I can't tell exactly who's on the ice. Definitely, well, I can't say definitely because we don't know, but it looked like probably a retaliatory piece of work there by Excalibur. And not, I mean, at up 3-1, they're playing with house money right now when it comes to penalties.
Are they ejecting?
So with little time, off the ice, number 19 goes. I wish they'd take Forsberg with him. Yeah, he will have some time off tomorrow too. Not so much. So the Littleton player we haven't identified yet. Trying to do process of elimination. Still on the ice, trying to get his. So Max got helped off the ice. It was Max that was down there for a bit. He's the one that got checked from behind in the boards. Second time tonight. So Crawford, he picks up the puck. He shoots, blocked by Forsberg from Excalibur. Puck's keep it in the middle. Now Rocco brings it over to the left wing. Rocco puts one up just over the crossbar at 3:57. Puck loose in the slot. Oh, just above the crease. Nope. Not a shot on net. Hawks trying to keep it in the zone. They do. Crawford, he fires, but he doesn't get a good spin on the puck. Crawford looking to keep it in. Excalibur takes it into the neutral zone. Crawford trying to send it into the offensive end. Hawks on the change. Excalibur clears down deep to mid-ice off Cam Alexander. We fumble the puck for a moment. Now Alexander tries to bring it up the near boards into the corner. Alexander kicks it off the boards. Now it's sent back. Down low is the puck. As the puck crosses the crease, the goalie covers it with his glove at 2:51 to go here in the third period. Boy, didn't like that we tried to shove it in there. Excalibur wins the faceoff. As they clear it, Campbell keeps it in. Puck goes down over the far boards. Charlie puts it down towards the crease. Charlie has it again. He lobs it into an Excalibur body. Puck still in the Hawks offensive end. Over there on the point. Puck comes free, picked up by Campbell. Campbell zips it over to Gates. Gates back to Stanton. Excalibur bring it up. Charlie Fisher comes from behind and back checks away. Loses the puck on an Excalibur stick. Now Excalibur trying to center it. They lose control. And the Hawks pick it up and come the other way. Fisher dumps it to the far corner. Stanton comes over to hustle. A swing towards the puck. Now finally a shot on net from Alexander. Along Karam up to Along Karam leaves a breakaway chance for Excalibur. But I think it was Crawford, but it could have been Gates got down there in time to get a stick down to keep that shot from having anything on it. Shot on net, covered by Corbin. Minute and a half to go here in this game. 3-1 Excalibur. Puck gets popped over to the right. Now Excalibur keeps it in on their left point. Shot blocked by Corbin. Now Corbin covers on the edge of the goal. And Excalibur isn't satisfied yet. They want to get a little more roughness. You want to monkey around? Go monkey around. Minute 19 to go here. So it looks like the Hawks will be playing at 11:45 Texas time, 10:45 Sunday morning in the fair city of Denver, Colorado, and outlying region. Puck comes up in through the near boards on the neutral zone. Shot by Rocco, just goes over the crossbar. Just under a minute to play now in this last period. Hawks keep it in on the blue line. There's Campbell. He's working his way down into the faceoff circle. Gets poked away, but he chases it down. He centers to the crease. It's deflected away. Now there's Rocco. He centers over to Gerard. Gerard. We're playing with an empty net. Alexander, he shoots. All kinds of deflections down there. Hawks chase it down with 30 seconds to go in the game. Charlie Fisher pops it into the neutral zone. Alexander, he takes it from there. Now Stanton. Stanton, shot goes wide. Centering a pass. Mason takes a stab at a shot. Doesn't connect. 2 seconds. And game's over. What is it? Shots on goal tally, 27 for Excalibur, 24 for the Hawks. Hawks played hard, but the details have escaped them as far as puck control and things like that. They kept firing there at the end to try to get something happening. So 11:45 here, 10:45 down in the Mountain Time Zone. Hawks go down 3-1 on this one. Playing hard, playing tough, but not connecting enough. So we'll wrap it up here. Game 3 is over for the Alamo Cup. Game 4 tomorrow morning. Thanks for your time this time. Till next time, we'll see you later, folks. Ta-ta.